Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Last Vermeer. And this is a film from 2020 that finally has hit VOD after being in theaters towards the end of last year, and I'm a big fan of Guy Pearce, and especially with the work from The Burt, Orange Heresy, and Dracula that I've seen class bang in lately. I was excited to see this film, which focuses on Han van Meegeren, who is the most prolific and successful and talented forgers of art maybe ever. And this man is put on trial because he's believed to have been putting a bunch of Danish treasures, these art pieces, selling them to the Nazis and profiting off of them. But the thing is, Claes Bang's character is there to defend him and prove that these were all forgeries. So he was actually swindling the Nazis out of money. Obviously, he was making some money off of it, but he was actually doing some positive things. And this film is directed by Dan Friedkin, which is his first film that he's directed. He has experience with some stunt work and some different films, but he creates a really well-realized period drama. And, you know, it looks the part. It looks good. The cinematography is done by the same cinematographer who did like Elizabeth, the Golden Ages, like the Cate Blanchett Elizabeth films, Queen Elizabeth, and it's a beautiful film. It really captures like a crisp, well shot and textured look at the world post World War II, and you have these different perspectives, and the score is done by the same composer from Let the Right One In, and the score is fantastic for this film and really helps the technical aspects of making it pop. This film is well realized, it's well done technically, and Friedkin does a fine job of directing this film based off of a script from like 5 different writers. So there's definitely a lot of different kinds of moving parts and a little bit of different tone because there's some seriously funny moments in this film. And there's also some serious dramatic moments. This film does get a little like I'm watching a movie at times, so it's a little bit too melodramatic, especially in some of the courtroom scenes, but boy does Guy Pearce put on a show. And Guy Pearce is fantastic in this role. He gives a really charismatic and energy-filled performance. And Claes Bang is a very strong, anchoring performance and presence in this film to keep us driving forward. Claes Bang does a fine job of being engaging and charming, and you care enough about him to follow him along. And you know, there's different aspects of his personal life that get added into the story. Are we most engaged with those aspects? No, he has his wife who they are a bit estranged, and he has what seems to be some maybe budding feelings with his assistant played by Vicky Krieps. And there's aspects of this film that don't feel as important or as well fleshed out as the central parts of like what this trial is and this investigation. There are definitely moments that are fun and really funny. I laughed quite a bit watching this film, and there are some sassy moments during this trial. There's also some really powerfully emotional moments during this film and some intense moments. There's one particular chase in this film at one point that was well directed and had some solid tension. And in general, I think The Last Vermeer is a real solid, well put together, definitely well acted film and period piece. As you have Pierce, you have Claes Bang, Vicky Krieps does a fine job. Roland Mueller, who is this like heavy working alongside Claes Bang's character. He's funny, he's snarky, he's intimidating, he's imposing. He does a really fine job in this film. What elevates this film a bit as well is because you have some fun, interesting characters, and I think that goes a long way. Definitely the antagonists of the film feel very, very one-dimensional and don't add a whole lot to the proceedings, but when you have enough charisma and challenging ideas of like, how good is this man? Did he still benefit from being connected with the Nazis? And that brings a lot of ideas to light and puts Claes Bang's character in an interesting predicament because Does he defend this man who might not be the best person, but him selling actual Vermeer paintings to the Nazis is not true. So, is it worth fighting for the truth, even though if this guy isn't the greatest person? And I think this film does a fine job of presenting those kinds of questions. In the end, this is a well put together, entertaining period piece that's not going to be earth-shattering or blowing you away, but it's going to be enough entertainment and intrigue to keep you watching throughout the 2-hour film. But those are my thoughts on The Last Vermeer. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.